but I'd like to be a fly on the wall. You know, because if you set a standard for cheating, if that becomes your MO, cheating, right? You got caught in 07, but they said it was going on earlier than that. Nobody said anything. Then you get caught again, right? You know, right here in January. And it took a while, but Tom Wells actually came out, you know, with this report today. And the God honest truth is, I have to be honest with you, I'm really satisfied. Ted Wells, excuse me, I called him Tom. Ted Wells. And I'm kind of satisfied. Again, I don't have a dog in the fight, but as a football fan, I want things to be fair and across the board for everybody. You know, if Matt Ryan is out there throwing the ball that's weight is at 13, so should Tom Brady. You know, if Drew Brees is out there throwing the ball that's 13, so should Tom Brady. What gives him, or what makes him think that he deserves this special treatment to be able to go out and throw a ball that's lighter than every other quarterback? I mean, I'm just asking. Really weird. It's really, really weird. But I can't wait until these penalties come down so we can actually see how serious the Shield, the National Football League, is in regards to Deflategate. I mean, you've heard people make jokes about this situation. You've heard President Obama, I think that was just last week when the Patriots were up there, you know, he was making jokes about Deflategate. But the God honest truth is that if this gave the New England Patriots an unfair competitive advantage, it's cheating. Plain and simple. The Indianapolis Colts were cheated. And not to say that they would have won, because, again, I'm not sure of how much of an advantage it gives the other team, Tom Brady, the New England Patriots. But the Indianapolis Colts were cheated, and they should feel so. And the other thing is, you know, Bob Kraft came out after the AFC Championship game, and they're going to have to apologize. They're going to have to do this because, you know, we would never do that. You know, this is a top flight organization. Well, guess what? You're the same team that got caught with Spygate. So why wouldn't you be guilty in Deflategate? Why wouldn't you? So now that it's come out that more than likely I'm going to get 99%. That it's true that the personnel did this and that Tom Brady had knowledge of it. Again, you're cheating. You're cheating. Look, and I'm going to get off of this because, again, you know, at the end of the day, as I've just said, I just want an even playing field, you know, when teams face each other. Especially when they face the Patriots, now that we know how much they cheat. But other than that, I mean, I'm not a Patriots fan, as I've said. And again, it was just the biggest sports story of the day. You know, I just don't like cheaters. You know, I mean, because as many times as this team has been, you know, accused of doing questionable things. I mean, once is a lot, two is too many, and three is like, come on, guys. Come on. Are you really serious about this? So like I said, I promise, I'm off my soapbox, if you will. Everybody's going to have their own opinion about this Deflategate, about the report from Ted Wells, 243-page report. And again, it concluded that it's more probable than not that Patriots personnel participated in a deliberate effort to release air from balls, Patriots game balls, after the balls were already examined by the referee. You cheated. Bottom line. This is the Sports Kings Podcast, being heard via Spreaker.com. Don't forget, when you go to Spreaker, you got to make sure you like us. And make sure you follow us. Please, you got to make sure that you follow us, all right? And when we're not on Spreaker, we're at Facebook, we're at Twitter, and we're at Instagram at Sports Kings Live. And feel free to shoot us an email, sportskingslive@gmail.com. Now, in the beginning of the show, I was talking about, hey, dude, shut the hell up. Now, usually on the show, you know, we always, especially leading up to that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, we had several editions of Old Man Stop Talking because you had, you know, the likes of the Evander Holyfields, you know, coming out saying that Vegas wasn't going to let Manny lose, and, well, Manny lost. And, you know, it was just a lot of things going on and a lot of boxers coming out speaking, saying stuff. But today, so it's not old man because he's a young man. I mean, he's getting old to be a running back, but, you know, this is just dude, shut the hell up. Now, Buffalo Bills running back LaShawn McCoy, doing an interview with ESPN, answered a series of questions about all type of things, including the Buffalo Bills, Rex Ryan, the Philadelphia Eagles, and Chip Kelly. Now, here's how the interview went down. And the interview was with, it doesn't say who this interview was with? No, it does not say. But it was with the Philadelphia Inquirer. Well, no, it wasn't. Excuse me. It was with ESPN. But this quote, it says, you told the Philadelphia Inquirer in April that Chip Kelly doesn't like or respect stars. What was the problem with you and Chip Kelly, and how did that relationship end? And here's Shady McCoy. The relationship was never really great. I feel like I always respected him as a coach. I think that's the way he runs his team. He wants the full control. You see how fast he got rid of all the good players, especially the good black players. He got rid of them the fastest. That's the truth. There's a reason. It's hard to explain with him, but there's a reason he got rid of all the black players, the good ones, talking about Deshaun Jackson, himself, and who else is gone? Jeremy Maclin. Yeah, Jeremy Maclin, and I don't know if he's speaking about Mike Vick. I hope not. But anyway, here's the deal. Here's the deal with this. I'm not even going to go any further with this this interview or reading this. But the fact that Shady McCoy would try to play the race card is unbelievable. I mean, we heard this when he was initially traded to Buffalo. But again, I don't know what Chip Kelly's doing because on this show we have talked about Chip Kelly, you know, doing I mean, unbelievable things, sending Nick Foles to St. Louis for Sam Bradford, and then, you know, you bring in Tim Tebow, and now, I mean, it's just unbelievable. So, you know, I don't really know what the Chip Kelly Philadelphia Eagles, now that he has absolute control over player personnel, I'm not sure what this team is going to be about or what they're going to look like. But the one thing that I'm pretty sure of Shady McCoy, and this is why I'm saying, Shady, shut the hell up, is because, you know, we had the draft that started last Thursday. 5 of the Eagles' 6 picks were black. 5 of the 6 draft picks were black. So why would he draft 5 black guys if he was racist? To go a step further, the guys that were brought in to replace Shady McCoy, DeMarco Murray and Ryan Matthews, they're black. Well, Ryan Matthews is mixed, but they're black. How about Byron Maxwell from Seattle, Walter Thurman, E.J. Biggers, and then you have Miles Austin, who's, again, half white, but he's black. So how about Chip Kelly just wants players to fit in his scheme, in his way of doing things? Maybe he just didn't want the guys that were holdovers from Andy Reid because they were brought in to be part of Andy Reid's system. And as we all know, Chip Kelly and Andy Reid don't run the same system. And if you ever heard me on the radio or on this podcast, I always say, I hate the fact, or I hate when racism rears its ugly head in sports, because I feel like sports is the one outlet that everybody should be like kumbaya. Everybody should be on the same thing, right? Like, if you're here in Atlanta, let's root for the Hawks. If you're a Chicago fan, root for the Bulls. Like, I feel like that's the time for everybody to unify behind the city's teams, whether it be Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL. And so anytime I hear players, and not to say that racism doesn't exist in pro sports, because I'm sure it does. But when a guy is just bitter that he was traded, why don't you just say that? Why you got to play the race card? Look back at that team. Look at your old team. Look at the roster. Shady. And what do you see? Is it a roster full of Caucasians? Absolutely not. Because there's not one team in the National Football League that could field an all-Caucasian team and expect to win. I'm sorry. That's just the God honest truth. Look at them. Did you look at DeMarco Murray before you made that statement? Did you? Did you look at the draft before you made that statement? Did you look at some of these free agent signings that your former team made before you made that statement? How about maybe Chip Kelly just didn't like your ass? Maybe he just didn't like Deshaun's ass either. How about that? How about he felt like y'all didn't fit in with what he was doing? How about it's the fact that you're, 26, 27-year-old running back? Yeah, there's definitely a reason. But is it because Chip Kelly is racist? I would beg to differ. This is the same guy that made a play to try to get Marcus Mariota in the draft. Do I think he's racist? No. Do I think Shady McCoy is full of himself? Yes, I do. This makes no sense. Dude, just say, I don't like the fact that I was traded from Philly. Just say that. Say that I'm a native. Say I grew up in the area. I love this area. And it hurts me to have to be traded from my hometown Eagles to the Buffalo Bills. Just say it. Just say that. Don't start making accusations, because guess what? You're making yourself look real silly in the eyes of people like me. Now you got the national media all over this thing. Is Chip Kelly racist? Because it came out of your black mouth. We can't do that in 2015. Do you have any evidence that Chip Kelly is racist? Now, the dude might be crazy. Just the fact that he signed Tim Tebow and Sam Bradford. But again, I don't think in the National Football League, in this National Football League in 2015, if you're a head coach, there's no place for racism. You know why? Because you got to depend on black folks. You got to depend on Samoans. You got to depend on a lot other than just white guys if you want to be successful. Now, Trey Thomas, who is a former Eagle, but didn't play for Kelly, but served as offensive line assistant for the last 2 seasons, he's quoted as saying, and this was back in March, quote, one of the things that you're seeing right now, and these things are the things that you've heard from the locker room from different players, is that they feel like there's a hint of racism. And again, look, man, would it make it any better if it was a black head coach that had traded you to Buffalo, that got Deshaun up out of there? Or what about the fact that Nick Foles got traded? Ain't Nick Foles white? What was that little white-on-white crime, little white-on-white hate that he sent Nick Foles to St. Louis for another white guy, Sam Bradford? Oh, I forgot There's a guy last name Sanchez that plays